Hey everyone, Corrie Thorne here, coming in to do the energy update for the new moon on July the 17th, 2023. This new moon is in Cancer. And so this new moon speaks to us in so many ways. It also has a level of silence, but we also have some shifts that are happening that are big, and they're going to be big shifts that are going to be affecting us for several years. And that is the shift in the nodes. And so we have a shift in the nodes that is also happening. And sorry, I keep losing my voice. And the nodes are shifting into the Aries and Libra. So we have North Node going to Aries, and we have South Node that's going into Libra. And it really has an impact upon that sense of our fates and what is to follow through, and that shift within ourselves and making those shifts and changes within ourselves. So there's a lot of new beginnings. There's also a lot of projection of the self that feels like it is coming with like spiritual confidence, awareness, also with our virtuous self, the place, or what we would also like to call the divine. And so this shift, I'm going back to my page a little bit here. I spoke of this today in a blog that I wrote. If you're on my Facebook page, check out the blog that is also the channeled message that I put on there earlier today. And so it speaks about cultivating patience, and patience to trust the process of allowing life to come to you, not allowing the squirrely mind of the primal brain of survival stand in the way. And so what that means is the old brain is that part of the ego that wants to take us back to comfort. And so this new moon being in Cancer, and Cancer tying largely into emotions, is that this is where we are stepping into an emotional spiritual upgrade. So like a real big possibility or opportunity for us to really truly level up, to grow up, to emotionally, spiritually grow up. That's the time where we start to be able to have the courage to see things, to face those things that have been, that you've either suppressed, that you've not wanted to face, to turn around, look at the hard stuff, speak about the hard stuff, do the hard things, and setting that intention to really truly have the courage to look into that sense of self. My second book is called My Truth of Existing Beyond the Reflection, and it's that deep dive into that self. When we often hear people speaking of things like the hero's journey, it's almost made so almost like a watered down version. It's like you just take this journey, you come out, but the hero's journey is truly such a deep, deep energy, and it's coming up for everything that is really truly being in this energy that I know, that I have experienced, that I'm experiencing through channel, that I'm channeling through again now. And I could just feel like all day, like this sense of, there's this level of frustration that's also with it, but also a level of joy and happiness, because with all of these changes and with these leveling ups and this growing up that we do, that we start to grow as humanity, as the human race, and we start to get into this place of maturity within ourselves, is that it also brings opportunity, it brings new beginnings, but it also brings new wisdom. And this wisdom comes from the greater consciousness, and this greater consciousness and this wisdom, this excitement, this thrill that we're starting to receive is that sense of understanding that, you know, we sometimes look at things backwards, or we don't really face the things that we need to face in life. We don't do the things we need to do. And here it is looking at us now and say, let's do this. And so Aries can be Aries is fire, and Aries is that great leader energy. But sometimes we can be not recognizing in life that you've actually been dancing with your shadow, that you have been existing and living with the essence of believing that the shadow's truth, that everything that you created was really truly you. But most of it was not. I've been years beyond writing the very first book, More Than Existing, and all of this energy that we have right now is showing us, revealing to us new truths. And with new truths means that we have to really look at our levels of dishonesty, that when we don't trust ourselves, or when we're lying to ourselves, then it's hard for us to be able to trust the process or trust life or trust anything else. And so there is this awareness of cultivating patience. And by cultivating patience, it also gives us the ability to be able to trust the process in somebody else's healing journey. That you might be well on your way. You may have accomplished a lot. You may have done a lot of your own healing, but there's been people who've probably had to have a lot of patience with you along the way, and really trusting the process that this is their journey, this is what they're doing. Well, it also means that you will have to have a lot of patience with yourself or with others, and setting the intention that you will have those that you will start to give me the patience, give me the courage to be patient, to be in the pause, to wait, not to run from communication, and not to run from people that we care about, not to run, but to be able to trust the process of communication, of listening, of healing, of all of those things that starts to create a more beautiful space within ourselves, that awakens that sense of the virtuous within ourselves, to know that self a little bit more. And this can be a little jumbled or feel like it's a little bit like out there. And it kind of is in a way, because my connections and this energy and where I'm feeling this coming from is the essence of God consciousness. And I know this is the God consciousness, and it's hard to commute this back. And when you experience being in the light, when you experience a deep healing, a deep awakening, a deep awareness of something beyond us that is so great, and then it embodies us and it becomes us, and then you start to really recognize how patient the divine has been with us. And if the divine has been that patient with us, then maybe we need to be that patient sometimes with those that we love or those that we care about, but without being a doormat, without being a punching bag, without being a scapegoat, without being manipulated, without all of those things. There's a difference, and we don't always have to be kind to be patient. And sometimes we got to have the patience to fully trust. And this is where to cultivate a new level of trust, to know that sometimes you have to keep walking, and sometimes you have to walk ahead, because as the Aries speaks of in that North Node, is that sometimes the immature of the Aries can be, I'm bulldozing the door down and beating the door down, and I'm out of here. A cultivated sense of healthy ego in that Aries is saying, I'm going to keep walking. And if you would like to get to where I am, if you would like to meet me where I am, if you would like to get to that area, if you would like my help, if you would like this guidance, I am here. I am here. But what are you doing? Because Aries has a level of honesty to it, a strong level of honesty. It can be, but it's that in your face sometimes kind of honesty. And often that can, because it blends into ego, can get tied up. And so there is some jumbled energy in there. And so we're in some of that jumbled energy, because that knowing or having a whole lot of knowledge and a whole lot of life experience sometimes keeps us from being able to have the space to allow wisdom. And we're being guided through this new moon to set the intention, be patient, to trust the process of also allowing us that to almost like we're going to start forgetting some of the knowledge, we're forgetting some of the past, so that we can allow in some of the wisdom. And the wisdom then brings us into a gentler sense of self. It is bringing in a gentler energy. It's bringing in to cultivate a softer way of being, cultivate that sense of saying, yeah, I do have to go ahead. I'm here, but my heart is also available, but also it's moving beyond some of that old brain survival of the fittest. I can't even think what other terms. It's so hard to commute this message tonight, because it's coming from such a place that it's hard to bring it to life. It's so beautiful, but it's so real. And so we are going through a big shift, and there's a big powerful energy movement. And I just feel like this week has a lot of massive big energies that's just saying, if you're moving into a new relationship or a new, a new sense of self in your relationships, if you're maturing together, if you're getting it and you're leveling up and you're catching on, if you're taking care of your health, if you're revealing, if you're peeling back those layers, if you're seeking the help, the guidance, if you're starting, new positions, new jobs, yay to all of you this week. Yay to everything that is happening. Yay for you for getting in the flow of the energy. If you're not really, it's not that you're going to miss it. It's the fact of now hearing it and not then to chase it though. It's not to chase anything. It's setting the intentions to say, I have the patience to cultivate a new level of trust so that I can trust in myself. I can trust in the universe. I can trust in the divine. I can trust in how this flows through me of when I become available, when I become a magnet towards all of this good stuff that is here, or all of this energy. And the Libra also brings in the South Node energy that I'm getting. I'm not an astrologer yet. I'm working on, but all that brings us into this place of what is coming, like what they're giving me and what they're showing me is almost like dancing wildflowers in that Libra. And it's like there's a fire over here, but the fire is not a threat in any way to these wildflowers. And after a fire, beautiful wildflowers often grow. We see fire flowers. We see these beautiful colors come. It's after the fire, and that really represents that new beginning. And so there's a lot of really colorful energy. And so the world seems brighter. The world seems more optimistic. The world has more enthusiasm. But there's a flip side of that, because we haven't fully evolved that emotional self to the outer ring of the emotional wheel, right? To really truly learn, what is it you mean? What is it you want? What is it you're really upset about? What is it you're really bothered by? What is the real issue? And that's the level of maturity that we speak of. It is really, truly time. Even if you just set an intention, say, I'm ready to grow. I'm ready to expand. I'm ready to be my truth. I'm ready to see myself. I'm ready to see the good, bad, and the ugly. I'm ready to, really, truly have that sense of enough patience to sit and listen. And that means listen to yourself. Listen to the things that you just repeat over and over. All the things that we say, oh, I got to get this done, or this has been sitting here forever, or oh, I need to do this, or all those things you try to disguise, hide, that you're just like traveling through in your head, and how it impacts you and how it has an effect on you. And then finding that sense of just surrendering that over and releasing that and letting that go, because the old self, the old brain is always trying to get us to that place of comfort. It's the ego's desire. It's the manipulation of the ego is to take you to a place of safety, no matter the cost. And that safety is often leading to isms and addictive habits and behaviors and patterns, but it's not good for you. It is not healthy. It is not your truth, and is not who you are. And so recognizing, saying this is bullshit story and it's not really true. And then having patience with the self and just saying, I need this gone now. It's not going to be gone today, but when it's in front of us, it gives you the opportunity to use the energy that you have to be able to be successful in doing some of the healing work, to be able to walk your journey to get to that deeper place. And so the new moon is the light that's in the dark. So the behind, you may look up and you may only see dark sky, but you're not seeing that those exact same, the moon, the stars, everything that was there when it was all lit up is still there. It's just behind the layer. And so we just have to wait for the cycles. We just got to wait for the changes, right? We just have to sit here and wait. And, we can do action. We can exercise while we're waiting for the moon cycle to get from new moon to full moon. We can make plans. We can do business plans. We can move forward. We can be working and creating and doing all those things while we are in the process of having patience to cultivate a new level of trust. And that's very much kind of putting it in a perspective that I can really connect it to. That's what I got. That's what I got. And so so this is what else I wrote earlier today. I'm going to actually read it all. Cultivating patience to trust the process of allowing life to come to you, not allowing the squirrely mind of the primal brain of survival to stand in the way, a time of setting an intention to get up and out of the lower energy centers of where emotional responses meet the mind's ability to remember the days, people, and situations of the past. And I mean the good, bad, and the ugly. To see that life may have many beautiful things beyond the fears, beyond the knowing that's always on repeat of how you can't trust. Yes, you can. Initiate that spiritual courage and set yourself free of the need to rush. Begin to trust, and inch by inch, you will arrive right where you belong, with the people and in the situations where you belong. My new friend is a mama, and she is my messenger. And so she's a mama squirrel in the picture. And she's my messenger, as I too am at a stage of having patience with my heart and my mind as I cultivate a new relationship with trust, because the old brain is trying to tell me old stories. And those old stories are not true. They may have been true in the past. They were probably very true in the past. They held a lot of truth. They held a lot of weight. It is shit that really happened. It really existed, but it is not here in my today. And so the patience in learning to trust that this is today, and today is not yesterday. Today is not a year before. It is today. And today, I can trust today. I can trust what's happening today. But the old brain, the habit of being able to know that our memories are there, our experiences are there, and it's so easy to bring those back to get us to exist in the past instead of existing in the now. And we can lose patience with ourselves. We can say, why am I there? How come this is happening? Or we can just say, screw it, and we can start to just get tangled up. We can cause arguments. We can cause fights, because we're not trusting what we are feeling within our divine self, within our truth, saying, no, I really feel this sense of joy. I feel this happiness. So why would I want to self-sabotage this joy, this happiness, this courage, this strength that I have, that is just saying, go for it, do what needs to be done, be proud of yourself, be happy for yourself. And it's so easy to just get rid of it. It's so easy to just let that go and step back into the fears, the insecurities, the judgment, the criticism. Why is it so hard to get to fear instead of staying in faith? Why is it so hard to not believe in yourself than to believe in yourself? Right? It's so we lose that sense of being able to trust thyself, trust this instinctual self, trust the self that has brought you to this place, to this level. Doesn't mean everything moving forward will be successful. Doesn't mean everything is going to work out. No. But what does it mean right now? It means something to you right now. And that you're here to also have experiences that you probably didn't have in the past. And just because what you thought was going to be a great experience turned out to be a shitty experience in the past, it doesn't mean it's on repeat. Remember that right now. It is so important, because it is a lack of trust within ourselves, and cultivating, awakening, opening up, having the courage to, and the strength to really truly stay in trust and trust where we're going and what we're doing and how we're feeling, and leaving, and that the old is the old. Leave it behind. That we can think for ourselves in this very moment. Yes, we know where we've been. Yes, we know these experiences. But so many things change, and we just don't see all the things that were the moving pieces along the way, because it's easier to connect to what's rock solid. And it's usually the thing that has, caused us to not trust, caused us fear, caused us the insecurities. As we move forward, This is a way to be able to think, is thinking in the present, to be in your own presence, to process through what is happening right now, to let go of the knowledge and to trust the wisdom, trust this higher conscious wisdom that is trying to speak to you right now. And so as I too am at a stage of having patience with my heart and my mind as I cultivate a new relationship with trust, I hope this new moon message inspires you to set an intention tonight as we remember that just because we can't see the light, it does not mean it is not there. And so there is such a powerful force that is behind those veils. They're behind the places that we have shadowed over, that we're not here, that we've been dancing with the shadow. And when you're dancing with the shadows, you can be in arguments, you can be in disagreement, you can be kind of prancing around. But when you know something that you know inside of yourself, stop dancing with the shadows. Stop dancing with the darkness inside of somebody else. Stop responding to it. What is your truth right now? And just give yourself time for that truth to come in. And what I walk around saying is every time there's that, like that Venus flytrap that just wants to engage you into an argument or a gossip or anything like that, it's just that instant that just goes, that's dancing with the shadows. I don't want to dance with the shadow. Don't let me. So I just ask the guides and the angels, don't let me dance with the shadow. Don't let me dance with somebody else's narcissistic tendencies. Don't let me dance with somebody else's shitty behavior, their addictive behavior. Don't let me dance with it. Let me stay above that. Allow me, hold me here, keep me here. Take me to the place of knowing the essence of my virtuous self, my divine self. Allow me to be in that place so I don't dance with that, and give me the courage to hear, see, feel, sense, the maturity, the deeper truth, who to be in this situation, how to show up in this situation, who do I need to be right now? And then trust the process. And so setting that intention to really, truly honor this journey of give me the patience to cultivate a new level of trust. Give me the patience to cultivate a new level of awareness. Allow me to stay in the space to emotionally, spiritually evolve and to grow, to recognize that there is something so powerful within myself that I may even fear this of myself. But yet, I am not afraid that I can step into this unknown. I can step into this place of being able to cultivate a healthy conversation, the ability to have a healthy conversation, the expansion of that emotional wheel. Instead of saying I'm sad, that I have an anger, that I feel betrayed, that I feel belittled, that I feel like I've been abandoned, whatever that may be. And then face that truth and say, how much of that is a real truth? Because we have never been fully abandoned. There is some truth, this and that, right? We have these levels of truth. Well, let me sit here in my humility. Let me sit here in this place of recognizing that this is my truth that I lived with. But there's so much more beyond this. What wisdom do we learn from our humility? What wisdom do we learn from our hurts, from being hurt, from being betrayed, from being belittled, from being abandoned, from being, I'm only on one little piece of pie right here. I'm not even in any of the other emotions. And so over here, when we sit here in this energy, there's just so much of the powerful, virtuous, divine self, that of our higher self connecting into it. That is just saying to us today, release the squirrely mind and just trust. There's much beautiful things that are happening. And this week has a powerful energy to help guide us through. Even if we're not ready to take action, we can build before we build. That's how we build strong foundations. It's not building without a plan, not doing without a plan, but there is a spiritual plan. God has a plan and is greater than all of us. And we just got to begin the relationship with our soul self, with the spirit, with the essence, to know that level of truth, that level of awareness will take us to places that we can't even imagine. And that's the message that I have for you. I hope it resonates with you. Hope it makes sense to you. It's kind of jumbly tonight, but that's what we have. Have a beautiful new moon, and I will speak with you very, very soon. Much love. And you can also, if you're listening to this late in the evening, you can go to my sleep meditation, which is now on YouTube. And you can also, and it's also in More Than Existing Academy, so mteacademy.ca. Or you can also do my energy healing for all of your 7 major energy centers. That is also here on YouTube as well. You can go to my playlist and it says meditations, and both are in there, or directly on my page, or they are both in the MTE Academy. If you're in the MTE Academy or you'd like to sign up for free, go in. There's all kinds of beautiful things in there for you to take advantage of. You can also purchase my Everyday Goddess Oracle cards directly from the website. Go to CorrieThorne.com and you get the cards right there. And they're available. And then you can also purchase my 2 books, More Than Existing and My Truth of Existing Beyond a Reflection. And you can get a trio pack where you can get all 3 of these with personal messages inside for you by me and signed. That's also directly on my website as well. And so much love. Thank you for being here with me. Have a beautiful new moon, and I will speak with you soon. If you like these videos, please subscribe. Hit the little bell for the notifications of when new videos come up. Much love.